Hello, everybody. Today I am going over, once again, something I learned from Journey, but it was really interesting. So I went to the curriculum workshop, which really was showing the future of where they want to take VIPKid. So this video that I'm making is going to be kind of purely about the future of VIPKid, where they want to go, what they want to become, and then I'm going to make another video about some of the new curriculum that they are working on and going to put into place. So, first off, let's go to this. And sorry, my I was sitting on the side, so I don't have super great pictures of my of from where I was sitting, but hopefully you'll get the point. So they called this their EduCenter philosophy to empower every child, and they were really focusing on helping students become global partners, global students, even without traveling. They want them to become part of the world. And so the national and global aspirations that they had is first, they are working on this huge expansion to Korea. So even though they're in over 100 countries, it's just students that are from mainland China that have moved to other areas. So, like, I've taught people in Canada and Australia and things like that, but they've all been from China. They're all native Chinese speakers. And so this is their first huge expansion into a full country that is not Chinese. So they've been creating some new curriculum for that, which it's super cute. I'm on the curriculum review team and it's really fun. And so they have some teachers who are purely doing that right now. So some of you may be part of that Korea expansion, which that's so cool. If you have anything to add, you should write it in the tips or talk about it because that's really cool. And then after that, they're looking into Chinese expansion into second and third tier cities. So that's their goals for this next bit. Um, and then I'm sorry if this takes just a little bit. I'm trying to find my all of my slides. Next, they want to empower every child by multi-subject, multinational, and multicultural. So if you've been part of the STEAM programs, which have kind of already been put into place, the Junior Creators League, which they're so fun, and they've created so many new ones. Like there's fashion design, jersey design. I've done history and biology, and they do all these things trying to get the students making these projects more involved, the teacher just more facilitating, and they're really, really cool. They also are going to come out with a British English um, curriculum because there's a lot of parents who still really want their children learning that British English. And so those classes will be coming out. And I don't know specifics on like if only British teachers will be teaching them or if we'll be trained. So sorry that I don't have a huge amount of answers for that. Next, they also are going to have Chinese teacher delivered lessons. So they're going to have some um, like for the lower level, especially those students who need someone who speaks Chinese to kind of help direct them and keep them on task. So they're looking to do that as well. Next is thanks for being patient with me. You guys are amazing. All right. They want to move beyond the current student base to reach more students in China and more students around the world. So they want to expand to even more rural students than they are now. So look for the rural um, teaching project, which, oh, it's so cute. If you haven't seen any of those videos, it's amazing. Where they teach these whole classes and they create these presentations. And, anyways, look into it. It's super, super cute. So that's going to expand. They're wanting to put more money into that. Next, online to offline, so a lot more in person teaching and things like that, and going out to different schools. They have some different programs for that. And then they want to have more apps and supplemental things as well. So, other ways that they are trying to expand out. And then I'm on switches. Okay. um, One thing that they did hit on is they wanted to show how they're creating curriculum. So they want to connect the parents with the students with the teachers, and they want that to all be a part of this curriculum development. And so the student demand and the student needs are the top priority. So that ultimately is what they're looking at is the student. Learning outcomes are paramount. They want to make sure that the students are succeeding because this has an effect on their future. It affects their teaching, it affects where they go to school, it affects their families. So that's why it's so they're putting such a huge emphasis on it. And then enable students to self-learn and self-study. So they really, that's why the STEAM and a lot of the new curriculum is really trying to help teachers be facilitators and to push the students to not just listen, but to also create and to think and to become independent. And then I think this is my last one. Thanks for being patient with me. This one is just showing how they're trying to keep things. They use Lexile, they use different testing methods, they use all these things to help create the curriculum, but they're just showing that they're using the Lexile to measure the mean to create these different curriculums. So, oh, and I missed one. Sorry. You're like, oh, I thought you were done. No, I'm just kidding. So, let me go to that next one. I think it was, oh, nope. Which one? Oh, 97. Sorry, guys. You're the best. Thank you. There it is. Okay. So this was going back to the parent-teacher-student connection. So other things. So we did talk about how the student was paramount. Their learning outcomes. That's what they're really focusing on. But they are taking into account the voice of the teachers, like the curriculum review team. Anytime, excuse me, anytime the teacher's right to teacher voice, they take those very seriously. So they're trying to use voice of teacher, voice of customer. So the parents, of course, because that's who's paying for it. Um, Level of difficulty, speaking length, speaking fluency, and smile rate, which was a really interesting thing to hear about. So, smile rate is how often the student smiles in the class. So, if they take a lesson and they just seem frustrated and sad and not enjoying it at all, they'll change the lesson or they'll try and make it so the student enjoys it more. So, that was really, really interesting. And then, like I was saying before with the Lexile, that one was supposed to come after this slide. So they use UA, Lexile, and then the homework correct rate to help them figure out if the curriculum is being effective. And then classes taken per week. So they're really taking in all this information. And the woman who was teaching this, she is in Maryland, but she has become the U.S. curriculum head person and works with people all over the country and the curriculum team over in China. And their curriculum team keeps getting bigger and bigger because they are really revamping and changing a lot of things. They want it to be the best. They want it to be the best for the students, for the teachers, and for what the parents are looking for. And so that was a lot of things they were taking into account. And then some of the parents' perspectives that they had been receiving was the pace of the MC is all the same. Can you provide personalized courses based on my child's abilities and interests? So when they got that, then that's when they started doing more of those other supplemental and the junior creators league and different things, but they're still looking on ways to individualize it for the student. The curriculum lacks review features and does not provide feedback on how well my child is learning. So they've been trying to do more to help the parents understand where their students are at, how they are succeeding in the lesson. Then some other parent perspectives they've gotten is 25 minutes is too short. Excluding the warm up time, the actual class time is insufficient. So they're saying my student isn't getting enough time to practice. And so that's why some of the classes have been extended to 50 minutes and things like that. So they're really trying to look into that. The course requires lots of repeating the teacher and lacks interactivity. So that's why they've been doing more with the interactive functions, and hopefully that will keep moving up the levels. And they're trying to have it be more student driven. My child doesn't understand anything. The lesson beats his self confidence, and that was a low MC level parent. So that's why they've been trying to have different options for the lower levels, which that broke my heart to hear that. And so, the last two things that they had that parents were saying was connection to the American education system is a great idea, but it is a pity there is no writing at all. American children don't have to write. American children don't have to write. if I can say things in correct expression. So they're actually going to be putting writing into the lessons because they were totally right. They're like, yeah, American children write all the time. So you'll see a lot more of the students needing to write because the parents have wanted that. And then can you provide peer-to-peer interactions on top of the one-to-one lessons? So they're looking into ways to have the students work together to interact with each other using their English. So that's kind of where the curriculum is headed. If you have any questions, you can put it below. I'll try and answer what I can. It still was a lot that they are just like, we are jumping in and we are trying to change all this. I'm going to make another video about some more of the new curriculum and things that they introduced to us. But hopefully, this gives you kind of an insight into where things are headed with VIPKid, with its curriculum, and what the parents are thinking. You guys are amazing. If you have anything to add, of course, please put it below. Sorry, this was a bit of a longer video, but hopefully, it was informational. And have a great week.